information that you need to find regarding your vendors can be found in the Vendors Reports section of your AutoFluent software. Click on Vendors Reports. Every vendor report is accessible by using this drop-down menu. The first report on the list is the Aging Report. Running this report will show you your current balance owed to each of your vendors as well as the amount due over time. You can run the report for one vendor or all of them, and even run the report to show what your balances were on a specific date, ignoring any transactions after that date. Once you generate the report, you will be asked if you want to re-age. This will recompute your account balances and should be done at least once a month. The next report is the Aging Transaction Report. It is similar to the Aging Report, but will show each open bill and open credit on its own line, and will display the amount under the appropriate column, showing how old the transaction is. Like the Aging Report, you can backdate this one as well. If you use the checkbook in AutoFluent, you can run the check preparation report before you actually print your checks to list every check due to be written and the total amount due to be paid. The check register will let you choose the account to view and define the range of transactions or reconciliation, and the ability to choose which transactions are included within that date range. If you run the Cores by Date report with its default settings, it will generate a list of all cores that are still active in your system. You can alter the report to show cores that have already been credited or voided, or you can run a report that only shows cores with a specific catalog number. The Cores by Vendor report is quite similar to the Cores by Date report, but the list of cores that you generate in this report will be conveniently sorted by vendor. The FET Payable report will show you how much FET you have collected over the specified date range and can optionally be generated to include just one vendor or to list each tire separately. Outside Parts by Date will list all outside part transactions that fall into your specified date range, including parts that are on existing work orders. The Outside Parts by Vendor report is nearly identical to the previous report, but lists each of the outside parts by their associated vendor. The Purchase Orders by PO Number report will print all purchase orders that fall into your search parameters and list each line that was on the PO, how many items were ordered, received, or back ordered, the price you paid for the item, and the dollar value of any items not received on the purchase order. The Vendor Paid Outs report will list each cash paid out and paid in by vendor based on the date range that you select. The Vendor Summary report lists the vendor's name, address, terms, your last purchased and last paid dates, as well as your purchases during the selected date range and the total purchases from that vendor to date. The last report is the Vendor Transaction report. It will list each bill and payment that occurred within your selected date range.